Okay, so let's talk about the job application feature. A couple of things that we've got here. If you see at the top and the bottom, we have the tags available. These are modifiable, all except for that creation tag. Okay, this is just kind of a guideline for what each of these rows will look like as we're adding data. Okay, the idea being you can see the most recent activity. You've got this pattern to give you an idea of what's going on here. We do show 50 records per page. On this one, you can see that we have 3 records total at this point in time. We can flip most recent activity. Currently, we're showing the most recent activity, the newest activity first. You can flip that, look at the oldest at any point. At this point, there's no other sorting available on this. We can turn on and off the active only. So at this point, active only is turned off, which tells us that, we're able to see the inactive as well. Okay. Editing the tags is one I want to jump into here real quick, give you a quick idea. These are the tags that you can edit. Okay, we can come in here and change this color for applied. If I wanted to change the background to something darker, I can hop in here and do that. And if I don't like that foreground color on it, I want something lighter over here. I don't know why I'd want a light in this color, but let's try that and see what happens. And that's really ugly. Okay. And I would hit save if I wanted to save this. At this point, I don't want to change my applied. So, I might click on another one here just to kind of wipe those settings out without saving. Okay. We can add a new tag. We can create a new one, and it gives you the straight black and white that you start with. You pick your color, you add your tag title, whatever you want, you save. Okay. These are the only tags. These core tags you can't delete. The any new tags you create beyond these can be wiped out. Okay, these have to stay in for the system. Okay, these are what we would call system tags. Again, you can change the titles, you can change the colors. If you don't like my color scheme, that's absolutely okay. Use your own. Okay, so those tags kind of give you that template of what's going on each of your jobs. So what I want to do here is I want to add a job application. This is one to take a look at here. I'm looking at the senior software engineer. Uh, Capital Supply at Upstart. So I'm going to come in here to add a job application. And so my job title is a senior software engineer capital supply. It's a nice, really long title for us. And the company is Upstart. So it's upstart.com. Okay. And then our description, we're going to come in here. We got about Upstart, we got about the team. Don't care about that. How you'll make an impact, right? This is the description of the job. If I want more information, I can get the other information from up above. There's nothing saying you have to go with what I put down. Okay, this is just how I would do it. Now, the final data in this will be stored, will be displayed using Markdown. So I'll come here and use Markdown tagging for headers, for bullets, for things like that. And we'll put these bullets in. It doesn't copy it over cleanly. Yeah, it takes a little bit to clean it up. All right, good. But I'm going to track this information longer term. If that job posting ever disappears, we'll have it. Okay. Minimum, we're looking for qualifications. I don't care about the what you love part, although if you really want to copy that stuff out, you can. I know lots of folks that like to track the base pay and things like that. Here's your range that we could put in. So let's come back over here. We're going to put these other requirements and what we're looking for. Oops. Okay, I'm going to leave that there, but I'm going to come down here and do that, right? Just like we had it there. Now a little bit, and then we'll come back to the privileged qualifications. And I think history was the last one we had on there. Now, links are optional as well. Okay, so I have the link to this job. I'm going to put that in here. It could disappear. I've had quite a few disappear, and some are up for a long time, and we can add more. So if I can come back over here, you can see we're on careers.upstart.com, right? So maybe I want to capture that whole careers page. So let's come over here and just delete that out and see what we get, right? This is a good place to start. Explore open roles, right? So maybe I want to copy the careers page. Copy that, come over here. This type is just a general description. It's going to use that to wrap the link. Okay. So as we have those links, you can get to them quickly if needed. So I'm going to save this. Okay. It's saved. This is the created record. If you backdate some of your data, you're going to find some really weird stuff. If you're a developer and want to come in and jump and fix it, you can, because we can export and import our JSON files. Okay, full copy of this data set. You can search for those creation tags and just change the time before something else in there. I'm not going to do that on this one. We're adding it as we go. Now we've got this edit that takes us right back into where we were. We can delete if we want. There's no warning on the delete. Okay, careful. Don't click that button if you don't intend to. Application tracking. As I said, it used Markdown, so you get a much cleaner display of these bullets and lists and things that you can put in real quickly. There's the posting and the careers page that you can link to. Okay, here's your job tracking. Okay, so on this one, I've got a little bit of data that I'm going to play with here. Let me pull this up real quick on another screen. And not going to care when we apply, but let's say we got a thanks for applying message. And we're going to put that down as February 28th at 10:30. So I'm going to add a tracking item and we're going to put it in for, and this is one of the ones where that previous is going to come back and get us a little bit. So maybe we do show how to do that. So we're going to go back to February 28th. And we said 10:30 p.m. We'll scroll down a bit. 10:30 p.m. And you could be more accurate, less accurate. Now, this doesn't give you a lot of wrapping and features there at this level at the moment. But I'm going to put that down as a first email. Okay, so I received an email. Okay, these tags are color coded. Okay, we can edit, we can delete this tracking. Okay, now it's always going to have the creation on top because it's an earlier date than that one. Okay, so add another tracking item. And let's say, hey, we applied. We received it. We appreciate your interest. And someone will get back with you. Okay. All right. And nice, interesting message that we get. And I don't know why they jumped up there, but it should come back for us. But the date on this is February 28th. Not long after the other one. Right. So February 28th. And we're going to put this at 10:30 p.m. Let's make it just so we don't get worry about dates and times stepping on each other. I'm going to say 21. And this is another email received, and this is not closed. It's just an email received saying, hey, we received something, right? So I'm going to save that. This is the second one. Received your resume for blah, blah, blah. Thanks for applying. We received it. We'll keep it for a while. Okay. Creation date is still earlier. This is one that I'm tracking off of older data that I have. Okay. So this is one that is going to bug me, and that's the one I told you about earlier. This is still active though. That's the interesting part. So we're going to return. Okay, this list ignores creation if there's another one on there. So it really doesn't matter that that's there. But in reality, I can export that. I can go into the JSON. I can find that object, fix it, clean it, and re-upload it if I want that at the bottom of the list. Okay, these have been adjusted, so I can give you a kind of a quick idea. We'll go in and look at this front end role, engineer role, and you can see here that the creation data is at the beginning as I put it in, applied for the position, received an email saying, hey, thank you. Then received one saying, hey, thank you, but we don't want you. For whatever the reason is, okay, not worried about that. But the idea being that now I have this long-term tracking of the jobs that I'm applying for. As I said, capacity is there to back up and restore. All right, would not be a bad idea to keep a backup copy of this data. This is a lot of data. If you were to switch machines and things like that, you have that capacity of moving it back and forth. This data is stored on your local machine, as I've said many times before. Okay.